Good evening. My name is Kenneth Wissington, Councilman Wissington, Chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. Today I'm joined by Councilwoman Ivy of the 4th District. Today we have CPO 2026-25, an ordinance revising the 2026 special revenue budget to reallocate the Health Department Local Health Maintenance Fund, sponsored by Mayor Eddie D. Melton, City of Gary, Shanika A. Beck, City Controller. Chief?
Oh, there she is. Good afternoon, Councilman Chair, Madam Councilwoman. While our Health Department Director is getting settled, she can explain a little bit more. Forgive the absence of our controller. She's attending the AIM Treasurers and Clerks conference in Michigan City, which is full long to talk about Senate Bill 1. But I'll turn it over to Katrina.
My apologies for being late. I was in a
lady,
board
you're good.
meeting for the health
You're okay.
department.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, so this budget initially was local health and maintenance fund. However, due to the changes with the new administration, or current administration in the White House, those grant dollars were stopped. So what happened was this funding now has just been made just regular funding. So initially when the funding came in, it started coming in the year 24, so it started in 24, 25, and then 26. 23 is when the funding, the grant itself ended. So when the funds were outlined from IDOH, the state, they came through as 2212, 1161. So that's what the new fund should be according to the state. So we just need to make sure that when we're doing this, so it's no longer coming in as grant funding and it's outlined as funding, that it's coming into the appropriate account designated for the fund and the department number is all. So there are no overall changes, just the name actually, and it should say Health Department. It's not a local health maintenance. It's the fund, correct. It's not a grant anymore. But when you look at the bottom where it says, where's the Health First Indiana Grant Fund, it shouldn't be a grant, it should just be fund. So just to make certain that that's a notation so you guys are aware it's not a grant. But it's 22121161.
Okay. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You will make the amendment?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you said that the grant dollars stopped?
They stopped in 23. So when they stopped in 23, the state decided they still had to supplement the local health and human services departments. So with that being said, they started giving us kind of like a stipend of some sort to allow the health departments to continue to run. So that's when they started sending the funding in 24, 25, and 26. And then, so if you, I don't know if you can see it, but the initial funds that came in 25 was a 1.6. And then, so wait, I'm telling you a story. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back.
Take your time.
I'll
take
work
your time.
backwards.
Take
So
your
in
time.
26,
This our only one.
it was 430,000. And then in 25, it was a 1.6. And then in 24, it was 833,000 that came in.
Councilwoman, any questions?
And then these funds are, can you explain what they're used for?
Yep. So these funds are used for a bunch of different things. So we have to have, in order for us to receive this funding, these funds have to go toward, it would be, can't think, salaries. We have a maternal health department that we use, which is Northwest Indiana Healthcare Cooperative. We use these funds for, it's just a bunch of community partners. We have a health component as far as like mental, bunch of different things. And I can send them to you and outline them to you if the council wants them. I can send it to you so you guys will know. But there are certain guidelines that we have to follow in order to receive these dollars that we receive from the state.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure that chronic disease would be included in
Chronic
that.
disease is one of the top ones on the list, yep.
Okay. What about any mental health? Would this,
So
Go
it's
in
a
that
little
category?
different. We
Okay.
don't necessarily have mental health on this because we have the opioid dollars that
Okay.
mental health is covered with.
all right, thank you. Thank you, Mr.
You're
Chair.
welcome.
Thank you. Just one or two questions. the amount of the stipend that's allocated annually, what is that dependent on? Is that a state regulated amount, or is that based upon a certain criteria that we maintain on our side?
So it's not necessarily criteria that we maintain. What it's basically based upon is the need. So they have, because all of the funding, the grant was shut down, so they're still going across the entire state of Indiana issuing out funding. So what they do is they find the need. So say, for instance, within this grant as well is lead testing. So we have lead testing for the children in schools. We go to all the schools for the city of Gary. We do a bunch of different outreach. A lot of outreach has to be involved within this funding that we receive. It would do risk assessments, which means the health inspectors will go into the homes and they would check for within those homes for those children who have lead testing. They've been tested at a higher rhythm. They'll go into those homes. It's outlined for stuff like that.
Okay. Of course, ma'am.
Just one more thing. I know that the county health department has several HFI contracts. Will our Gary Health Department collaborate with the county to kind of channel what they're doing with the HFI? Or is ours different?
So ours is a little different. We do work with them. We work congruent. However, their funding is outlined a little differently. So they get more funding than we would normally get, just because they're county, I'm supposing. But however, we have, when I say we, Gary, East Chicago specifically, Hammond, Lake Station, we have the higher numbers. So it's outlined according to what you would service as we're being serviced. It's basically what you would service. So the more of the need, the more they try to give you. So I do this thing, and Chief of Staff is aware, I do this thing where I request numbers monthly from my department from within different divisions for all of the funding that we receive, just to see. So then that's that way I can report back to these people or the state or whomever it is that is giving us the funding, hey, this is where we are. So when they say, okay, well, this is where you are, then this is what we'll give you. So we just recently received an XRF machine that does the lead testing inside homes, and we were able to do that because we were able to provide numbers showing that we do have a high rate of risk of lead within our city. You're welcome.
Anything else? Councilwoman? No? Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you. And like I said, the last thing is just making sure we have that amended before the council meeting. But thank you. That being stated, no further questions. That will be it for the Ways and Means meeting today. Thank you.